how do you vet the entrepreneurs, given that you've got probably such a wide berth of person with an idea and really wants to help versus maybe someone else who has already funding or more skill sets, right? Like, do you try to equal the playing field there, or how does that work usually?
Yeah, so for the most part, we rely on partners in the field. So one of the things we did was create a network of universities and a network of startup accelerators, academic hospitals, different government programs. And so by our estimation, there's about 5,000 such programs around the world. These are innovation centers that do like research and innovation, and then there's entrepreneurship programs that help entrepreneurs to write their business plan, to do the pitch, to do the get some mentorship. And so our estimate is there's about 5,000 around the world. We have in our network about 3,500 of those, and I mean, obviously all of those, just like any network, not everybody's active, but a good chunk of those folks are active. And our model is really simple. It's to ask them to nominate the entrepreneurs in their programs that are best suited for whatever our clients or our partners are asking about. So, for example, we recently had a client who's interested in biodiversity and conservation in Southeast Asia, right? So they were looking at Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, very interested in biodiversity there, lots of jungles, lots of ocean, those sorts of things, marine coral reefs, all that. And so as they were thinking about that, they called us and said, hey, we're funding some NGOs there and we're funding some community work. We also want to fund some innovation in this area, some people that maybe don't pop up on our radar who are doing cool stuff. And so we rely on partners on the ground, which are, generally these accelerators and universities. And we'll go to them and we'll say, hey, we're looking at, who's got some solutions in biodiversity, ocean conservation, wildlife, that are relevant for Southeast Asia. And so that sometimes is interesting, because sometimes it's stuff that's there. So somebody in Kuala Lumpur might say, yeah, we just had this thing, this biodiversity tracking software come out of our labs. And so that's a great solution. But we might have somebody in South America who says, I'm working in the Amazon, which is also a tropical rainforest and similar climate. And we think that solution could apply in Malaysia and Indonesia. And we've always wanted to expand there. And so, but we don't do the vetting. We'll rely on our partners. They'll tell us, and just, for your listeners who don't know how accelerators work, this is what they do, right? They evaluate business plans, they select the most promising entrepreneurs, and then they usually put them through a 6-month boot camp to help them, work through their ideas, to, sort of meet with customers, with funders. And so when we trust those accelerators to nominate startups, it's actually a great fit because they've already done all the due diligence and they can tell us and say, yeah, this is the right fit, or, we have another thing, but they're not ready yet, or sorry, we don't have anything in this space. So we found that going through our partners is an incredibly efficient way to do it.